Hi, I'm June Carter. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present home staging to you. My business is GYST Solutions. We make beautiful spaces and measurable results. Home staging is a way to get you the best possible price for a home in the least possible time. I am an interior designer with a varied background, and home staging is a passion of mine. I am a proud member of the Real Estate Stagers Association, that is RESA. I am a member of the Jacksonville chapter. RESA members are a community of professional home stagers, redesigners, decorators, real estate professionals who are committed to the professionalism and advancing the industry of home staging. By being a RESA member, I have access to all of RESA statistics and information, which we'll talk about later, and I'm constantly involved with my peers and staying on top of what is new in my industry. Home staging, it's not decorating. We are staging to sell, not dwell, get you the most money for that home. We want to look better than the competition in photographs. Let's face it, most of the homes these days are previewed online. Photographs that do not have staging may not have the same advantage. Staged house will show the space better and get you more foot traffic. The house is perceived as well maintained and move-in ready. When it's staged, it has that taken care of appeal. Many buyers can't envision what a house really can do. I've actually had people ask me if a hanger would fit in a closet because they couldn't see the depth of it. Let's not leave things to their imagination. Let's set this house up for them and have the answers easily seen. We give less reasons for buyers to ask for concessions when the house is staged and has clearly been taken care of. So through RESA, I have access to the statistics on staging. I keep my own statistics on the homes I have staged, and I find that they dovetail together quite nicely. So we studied 126 vacant and occupied homes. No staging, put on the market, no staging. It's an average of 263 days on the market, has not sold, not staged. Same homes when staged sold an average of 60 days. That's 78%, almost 7 months less time on the market. The longer on the market, the lower the price is reduced. RESA staging statistics too. We studied 284 vacant and occupied homes on the market with staging. They averaged 40.5 to 60 days sold staged. RESA statistics 3. 263 days equals 9 months to sell unstaged. 60 days is 2 months staged. That's 7 months less on the market when the house is staged. So let's use a real life example in real life dollars. If your mortgage is $1,800 a month and your carrying costs are, let's say $300 a month, you're looking at $2,100 a month. Now we explained you can save 7 months selling. That's $14,700, almost $15,000. Staging usually won't cost that much. So you can actually net out staging costing nothing because you've saved all those months with the house on the market and its carrying costs. So some of your challenges as an agent: convincing the seller. Let me do the hard work. Let me tell the client, the home seller, the hard things that you may not want to. The seller is frequently nervous. They think I'm going to say I don't like it, it's not good enough. I always support them and say the house is beautiful, but we could make some changes, shift, and constantly support them and work on how happy they'll be in their new space. And I frequently get called back in their new house to help them do the redesign of their new house using their existing furniture. But let me say the hard things. I'll frequently be walking into a house and the agent be saying to me, tell them to take all the ivy off the front of the house, something that the agent may not want to say but can have me say. Incorporating staging services into your business. I have agents who use me with every house they list. I am what differentiates them from the other agents. I can do a home staging report and make that part of their sales presentation as to why list with me. Cost of staging, we're going to get into that. A basic walkthrough and a written report is $400. It's delivered via email within 2 days. That report is the whole house is photographed, never published, never put out on social media, but comes back in a report with each room photographed and a list of what is recommended and a list of priorities. Very popular with do-it-yourselfers. Rental furniture is a minimum of 3 months using my RESA discount. I have several resources in the area for rental. I do my homework and I get us the best price. The contract on the rental furniture is directly between the home seller or agent, whoever is responsible, and the rental company. And I do not mark that up in any way. We pass it directly through. Accessories, to be purchased or rented as needed. Every house is different. I have accessories. It depends on the house, and there's always something unique to that house. We repurpose the owner's existing furniture wherever possible. Sometimes we've been able to do things that the owner may not have thought of themselves and make it wonderful and an excellent presentation of that space. And sometimes we need more, and then we may get into an hourly situation as we get into more work. It depends on the house. I do a proposal. I give you what it costs to work with me for the rental and for the accessories. Cost of staging versus price reduction. Let's take a standard $250,000 house. When will you make the decision to reduce the price of that house? Depends. Could be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. But if you reduce the price of that house $10,000, let's say, which is not unusual, how much does your commission get lowered? How much would staging cost? Probably not $10,000. So we have some before and after pictures. Here, this was an occupied house. We needed to take that yellow down. It didn't photograph well. We repurposed most of the furniture, reduced the accessories, modernized the color, redistributed the artwork, and we have a very nice photograph to go online for that house. Here, this room they thought was staged when I got to that house. The color's just not going to work online. I worked with a teenager who had designed this room for herself, and we made it look like her next phase of life, like what she'd like her college dorm to look like. So I got the homeowner involved, got the emotional buy-in, and there's our new space. In this house, this is what I call the honey on home spot. This was great to live in. It matched the floor, it looked great in person, but it's your first impression as you walk into that house as a buyer. We brought the color down. I like to put an image of something in the community, in the neighborhood, something that reflects the demographics. So this house was near the beach. That was a big selling point for this house. We have an image of the beach here. Here we have a basement. It was a family room. The family put everything in there. We reduced, we simplified, we updated the colors, and we found a fireplace, which we opened up, and for very little money, using marble tile from Lowe's at 99 cents each, framed it out. That was a big selling point in that house. Again, occupied houses. Here we simply eliminated the window treatment here and painted out the doors so we had less things breaking the space up. Reduced the amount of floor covering because the wood floor is very attractive and a big buying plus in this market. So we wanted the floor to show. The same house. This owner had, I was talking to the husband, and the wife had traveled all over the world and collected t-shirts from Hard Rock cafes. And he knew he had to repaint it, he knew he had to remove the exercise equipment, but his wife's Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt collection was very important. And we couldn't put it all away. I asked, why don't we just pick our 5 favorites? We'll make it the artwork over the bed, and the rest can be packed and wrapped and ready for their new house, so that you're ahead of your packing since you're going to have to pack them anyway. And that turned into a very nice saleable space. This is a vacant house. This was on the market 9 months, not a nibble. The baby blue, which is a tough color in general, was fighting with the the pool in the back. You could not see what was going on in this house. So we updated the colors. We showed how this space could be lived in and entertained in, and then we addressed the outside. Here it just looks abandoned. Here we did plants and pots which can be moved and taken with them to their new location. And the chairs in the back give some depth and scale to this backyard. This was another vacant house. It happens to be right on the beach. Here it looks like a series of beige corridors. We were on a tight budget. Some furnishings, some color, some window treatments, and we start to get the scale. Plus, now what gets blotted out here, you can really see the beach and the pool in the background. We have scale, we have color, we have depth, and we understand where this home is, and yes, it did sell quickly after doing this. So sometimes we run into a variety of things. I did one house that was wall-to-wall cuckoo clocks, and I just wanted to be done before they all went off. This was this family's lifelong collection, and we said, let's wrap them and pack. We could take a photograph of each one, and then wrap them and pack them carefully, and put the photograph on the outside of the packing box so you can visit them until you're in your new house, and reduce this to maybe 5 or 6 in the living room, because the cuckoo clocks made you could not even see the room. And we run into those kinds of stories. So for instance, in this house, this garage, this family had 6 hammers. Every time they needed a hammer, they had to buy one. So we organized it, painted the floor, reduced all the hammers, cleaned it up, and that is a very appealing space for the couple to say, yeah, it's a 2-car garage and I could put a workbench in here. Here we had a house where they had never actually fully moved in and now they were selling it. So we had to purge and pack and create a space that could be photographed, and reduced all of these items. That was an hourly type of project. Some staging giveaways, just some things we should know in general that I'm hoping that will help you. Paint the garage floor. Shampoo the carpet. Start leaving the windows open early if there are dogs and cats and critters and animals. Get the air flowing, possibly get the air ducts cleaned. I like bowls of lemons, limes, oranges out on the counter in the kitchen. It gives a little color, it gives a light scent. Store the expensive items. Don't leave the expensive guitar collection out. Mulch, overdo it. Mulch, 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 mulch. Don't forget the exterior. When in doubt, keep it simple. Bring it down. Paint the interior of the house. Please ask me for a color consultation. Power wash the house. Replace the family photographs with photographs of Florida. It's beautiful here. Nobody should be seeing all the pictures of the children. Remove religious, nude, and political items. Yes, that has happened. Make sure all the light bulbs work and that they all match. We're looking for generic, warm, contemporary, what's going to look best online to the buying public. So, use these tools to make more money faster, easier, have more fun, impress your clients, better photos online. So this is Home Stagings by GYST Solutions, a proud member of the Real Estate Stagers Association. June Carter speaking, and thank you so much for welcoming me here today.